today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 10 of the MFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trace McSorley and the Tennessee Titans versus Tom Brady and the Houston Texans.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Titan football. They go play action now with McSorley. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's McSorley to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. A 1st down for Conner and then some. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yep. Backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. McSorley's throw taken in there by Cooks.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
McSorley sets to pass. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run for it with Connor, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now Brady. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. .39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, Connor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. From the gun, a give to Connor. A 1st down for Connor and then some. And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now McSorley. It's caught left side by Cooks. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll run here with Conner. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Conner. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing is McSorley. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And this one is right through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
From the 31, Brady. Got a man open. That's Harry. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
McSorley's throw taken in by Evans here. A gain of 6 there on first. To throw again on second down. McSorley. And he's got the hook up to Moore. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To Connor on the check down. And he's got this down to the 35. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They're trying to get back on track following the loss to Buffalo a week ago. But the good news, they've got the lead right now here in the football 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Connor. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side with Connor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 1st down, Kerr. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. McSorley from the shotgun. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. Here's a handoff to Connor. A 1st down for Connor and then some. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And he is out of bounds here. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Devon Kennard. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
No! Joel Bitonio, one of the steals of the 14 draft, the culprit there. Now Brady. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. Prime example there of how his height can be an advantage. It makes it tough on some of these smaller defensive backs.
When they try and go through that type of a receiver to get the football, oftentimes that big body, that frame will block them away. And whether the receiver has to elevate or extend, now he has a clear path to the football with the defender usually on his back.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Brady now on first down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off down at the 10. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again, and they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Now Brady to try again after the pick 6.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked by Deontay Thompson. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
And now out comes Houston.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Throwing after the interception. Brady looking middle, and it's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Brady. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
I don't know what the heck he was looking at.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Brady now on first down.
Catch is made by Harry.
And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
On first down, Brady. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Samuel, complete. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Brady to throw again. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
And the Titans getting set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. It's Connor as they stay on the ground.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On now is the Titans punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Houston set to take over.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Brady's throw taken in by Samuel.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10.
Brady now to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Brady.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Brady will try again on 2nd down. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final try now for Brady. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Titans, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
today. From Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 10 of the MFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Green Bay Packers versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather. We don't get along all that.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 16 carries, 69 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And this one is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On third down, Jackson checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A beautiful fake. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Wilson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Touchdown! It's complete. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's brought down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now he steps away. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he gets it down to the 32. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing, because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Edwards.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good. And looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. On 2nd and very short, Wilson. That one complete. He finds Shark.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Throwing is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson now.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He'll find Bateman once more.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
He'll go underneath, dropping it off to Edwards.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete here.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Jackson will throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty,
And before this drive can get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Third and 2. Here's Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff. Edwards. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Gus Edwards.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. To do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll go again to Jones.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
A strong running. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Jackson on 1st down.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Throwing is Jackson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. And now the Packers get set to go.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now Wilson on 1st down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting to...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Throwing now is Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This one from 46 yards out. Santos' kick is up and through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Now Jackson.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go.
Jackson to throw.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Off the option, here's Edwards.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Edwards. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now, because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away, because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Baltimore, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now.
Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. as we'll see Josh Allen and the Denver Broncos versus Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team, and losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to...
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Tua sets up to pass it. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Tua. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now a handoff for Dobbins.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. On play action, here's Tua. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity. Strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Tua going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Dobbins is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Be play number 10 on this pretty long opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to pass. Tua toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The kick by Sanders is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny, when we talked to him, all he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader, because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
The numbers for Williams a week ago: 18 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Allen now on first down. And that'll be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Allen. This is the tight end Fant. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, throw left side, is taken in by Stewart. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Throwing again on second down. Allen looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big play there for the Dolphins.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Tua. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the...
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A huge play there for Denver. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Allen to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Allen's throw is complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing now is Allen. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And meanwhile, Allen's throw into the hands of Fant. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the 44, Allen. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out, 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is open up in the second half. To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive. On first down, Allen. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw again on second down. Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Allen going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Tua's throw complete there to Johnson.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Tua now on first down. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Michael O.J. Mudia
Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man Johnson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Back to throw here.
Again, it's Johnson.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. A fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Allen. This is Fant on the short completion.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's second and goal. Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Broncos will take over on downs. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on fourth.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. They find some open field here. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they will take a knee here.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You
loved
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Broncos, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-4.